turned her friend toward Jay. "Go, have fun. Tomorrow I want the details so I can live vicariously through you." Eden and Jay took off, and with the crowd gone, the only ones left were her and her two other best friends, Janie and Maria, who were cleaning up around her. Angie pushed off the table and reached for her sweater, ready to give her friends a hand and call it a night, when the doors were flung open with a bang. "What the heck?" She turned toward the entrance. Light spilled in from the hallway, outlining the silhouette of a well-built cowboy, one dressed in chaps and a snug t-shirt. Her mouth fell open. "Well, happy birthday to me." She cast her friends a glance, a little bubble of excitement building inside her as they flashed bright, toothy smiles her way. They must have set this up. A little late-night birthday surprise for their bestie. Damned if turning 26 wasn't looking up. Speaking of up, her gaze dropped to the cowboy's crotch and the way his orgasm-inspiring chaps hugged it so nicely. Honest to God, she had the best friends ever. A cowboy for her birthday. Most awesome gift ever. Unless, of course, it's a singing telegram. If he starts spewing lyrics instead of stripping, I might just cry. Unless there are dirty words and spankings involved. Mr. Hot Cowboy, whose features were masked by a handkerchief and wide-brimmed Stetson, dimmed the lights and moved toward her. Her gaze drifted to the lasso over his shoulder. Oh my, what did he plan to do with that? He grabbed a chair and positioned it behind her. A second later, he nudged her shoulder, forcing her to fall into the seat. Ooh, how sexy. A little whimper of excitement lodged in her throat as he turned his back to her. Oh my God, those chaps and that ass. The night was just getting better and better. His tight buns, snug in a pair of jeans, held her focus as he walked toward the back of the room, momentarily getting lost in the shadows. Her body practically vibrated with anticipation as she awaited his return. Music drowned out his footfalls as he came back to stand in front of her. Smoldering baby blues locked on hers. His movements were stiff, uncomfortable-looking as he pulled his lasso from his shoulders. Was this his first night on the job? "Hey," she said. She felt compelled to help him out, so she put her hands behind the chair to show him exactly what he could do with that rope. No one could ever accuse her of not being a good Samaritan. His eyes narrowed. He swung the rope around his head in real cowboy fashion. Damned if this guy wasn't as far removed from an actor as one could get. How perfect. He released the rope, and it captured her around the waist. Then he pulled it tight to secure her to the chair, but not so much that it hurt. Big hands brushed against her stomach and shoulders as he tightened the rope, enough to keep her restrained, but not too constrictive that she couldn't squeeze out of it if she wanted. Which she didn't. It felt too naughty, too delicious, being constrained like this. Raunchy music blared from the speakers in the room, and without saying a word to her, he pulled off his t-shirt and began shaking what his mama gave him. Thank you, Mama. She stared, maybe even drooled a little. Moisture broke out on her body, and her breathing changed, grew a little heavier as she took in his hard physique. She might not be able to see his face, but what the hell? Faces were overrated anyway. Plus, this way he could be whoever she wanted him to be, right? Her glance traveled the long, delicious length of him, a slow, careful perusal. Lord knew she didn't want to miss an inch, because by the looks of things, he had an awful lot of inches. Her gaze stopped just below the belt loops on his jeans. The guy was 6 feet of hard muscle and sex appeal. She wiggled her hands, itching to touch him, but guessed groping the talent wasn't part of the package her friends had purchased. Then again, what would it take to get him to change the terms? Wait.